Hey everybody, I am just here on a Sunday. I started to organize my closet, declutter it with all my winter stuff and bring out the summer, and I got a ways through it. I did a pretty good dent in it, but I'm kind of not feeling it anymore. So I'm just gonna cook up some buffalo chicken quesadillas, and I thought I would take you all along for that because it's so delicious and it's super easy. So I have already taken out of the fridge some chicken breast. It's boneless, skinless, and I had marinated in Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo chicken sauce, and I did that overnight. And I'm going to turn on my little indoor skillet right here because it's kind of sprinkling and raining outside, so I'm not going to grill it outside. I'm thankful for the rain today because it's hot and humid and the plants and flowers really need it. So anyway, I'm just going to, this is a Cuisinart griddler. I'm going to heat it up to the grill function on medium high, and I'm going to let it get warm after I plug it in. And so that is what I'm going to be cooking the meat on. Oh, this is so good, you guys. It's so good. And then I had already made, let me pull it over here. I had already made some Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, which is basically the dressing mix. I buy it in a big canister, and then and mayo and milk, mix it up real good and put it in the fridge, let it sit for a little bit, and it is way better than jarred. So good. It's better than any jarred ranch you could get. But that's kind of like what I use as like a dipping sauce for these quesadillas. Okay, so we're just going to let this heat up. Doesn't take too long. There's a little indicator on the front of this Cuisinart griddler. And then after the chicken is done, I'm going to just go over to the stove top and heat up the quesadillas in the flour tortillas. I use little street taco size, just in some olive oil on both sides, and then fill it up with this chicken. When it's done, I'll shred it and fill it with green onions and blue cheese crumbles. I usually use some like pepper jack cheese if I have it, but I don't have it right now. And a little bit of black pepper. You can add Frank's hot sauce or whatever hot sauce you like. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's to die for. Super easy, super easy. Alright, so we got our green light, and I'm just going to start the chicken here. Spray with a little bit of Pam. Get our chicken going. It smells delicious also. Wish y'all were here. So let's just get that going. Alright, it's just 2 pieces. It's just me here. And so I'm just going to leave that alone for a little bit. You know, maybe 7 minutes or so. what? It started raining outside. I'm really glad. I feel like the flowers do so much better with rainwater than they do with tap water, especially here where I live. It's really hard water. I'll let you take a peek, but I'm going to start fertilizing them weekly, beginning this week with, what is it? J.R. Peters is the brand that I've had the most luck with for my flowering plants. I'm not doing any vegetables. I don't think I am. I mean, I have some herbs, but no vegetable. I might do some tomatoes later, but these are some ferns I have for my porch. I've got some basil right there, and these are the what do you call it? New Guinea impatiens. They can tolerate a little more sun than the regular impatiens. I needed something for this side of the porch because it does get some sun, but anyway, I'm actually kind of happy about this rain that's coming. Oh, back up, Jackie. Don't you run away from me. And then here comes Zuzu. Okay, so I'm just going to try and film through the screen. I know it's not very good quality, but anyway, those are some geraniums and petunias and pansies that are looking a little bit sad right now, but give them a couple weeks with fertilizer, they'll do well. And then right outside the door on each of the steps, I've got some herb. I've got dill, cilantro, parsley. You better not run away. I want to go outside. Hold on, stay back. Stay back. Stay back. You're not going out. Don't you run away. Jackie will run away. But yeah, here are the herbs, and it's just starting to sprinkle now. There's my Blackstone little griddle I love. Yeah, these will be just a little more love. They'll be doing good. This is my screen porch I finally got done. I guess about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I finally finished it. My son was visiting. He helped me put the table together, and it's nice to eat out here. Even if it's, raining, you can sit out here with the screen and not be bothered by rain or bugs. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes. I just turned these chicken breasts over. They're kind of thin. So I'm just kind of babysitting. I'm gonna watch them. I'm not really good at gauging chicken. I always want it to be thoroughly cooked, but I tend to overcook it. It smells delicious, by the way. But anyway, and just gonna give it maybe 5 minutes or so, and then I'm just gonna let it rest over here before I shred it up. I do have a thermometer that I can use. I know you're supposed to get it at 165, and I'll probably use that. But anyway, it's going along pretty good. Smells amazing. Still feels pretty tender. And so the chicken is done, y'all. I'm going to take it off and just place it on a cutting board. Let it rest for a little bit. And turn this off. And that way, I'm gonna let it rest a little bit, then I'll shred it. And then we'll start on the warming up the tortillas and assembling. All right, so this part happens kind of quick. I'm just gonna turn up the heat to high and let this pan get nice and hot before I do anything else. I've got my toppings here, my green onion. I've got my hot sauce, my favorite that I like, olive oil, my shredded crumbled, this is gorgonzola, and then this is the shredded cheddar that I had shredded from a couple days ago. So it's all here, ready to assemble with the chicken. This heats up really quick, so I'm going to add my olive oil right now. Let me grab some tongs. I'm gonna do some mini tongs here. It's just me, like I said. I mean, if you're feeding more than one, definitely just adjust your servings to that, or your appetite, whatever. And these I have made ahead of time. Like if I had any leftovers, I would go ahead and heat them up, you know, later in the evening or the next day, and they're really good. So I hope you can see this. It's probably not the greatest quality. This is my cell phone. So anyway, we're on high. I'm just gonna turn it down to sort of medium high right now. Just let these kind of heat up, crisp up, bring out a little bit of their flavor. I did put the ranch dressing back in the fridge. I wanted that kind of cold so I could use it right before I ate. I didn't want it to get room temperature. It's not as good in my opinion. One of these condiment jars or condiment containers I got at Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I love them. I love them. They're such great little dipping jars. So I'll set that right there. I'm just gonna let this heat up a little bit, kind of bring the flavor out. Let it crisp up. Ooh, I already put the package away, but these are just Old Mission street taco flour tortillas. One of my favorites. I love the size. I think with this, I'm not gonna fold them over. I'm gonna just do like one on top of the other and cut them that way. Which reminds me, let me get a little bit of a, let me get this going, and then I'm just gonna grab a cutting board. All right, that way I can, when they're all done, I can slide it over onto the cutting board, slice it up, dip it into the ranch. We're good to go. This is a Pioneer Woman, kind of a wide metal spatula. I got it at Walmart. I love it. I love this thing. I use it a lot. It's a great flipping tool for when your food is kind of already cooked. Oh, look at that. Oh, look. See? That's what we're looking for, is just to get that brown crispiness, get the flavor in. Might get some air pockets, just punch them out. I'm gonna make two, like two, one on top of the other, slice them up, whatever leftovers I have, I'll just eat them later. If I have any leftovers, these are so good. Thing about YouTube or any other social media, I have found that if there's anything in the background going on, like music, or that's not like, you know, copyright free, it's, you know, you'll get cut. So I've like cut all my music while I'm filming this. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh, that is so pretty. I love the way that looks. Ooh. Ooh, rude too. All right, so I'm just gonna add, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken. A little bit of the shredded buffalo chicken. That is just so freaking good. I snuck some while you all weren't looking. This is so good. Okay, And then I'm gonna add some crumbled blue cheese. That adds quite a bit of flavor. And then I'm gonna add some of these green onions. They've already been chopped and washed. Thankfully, it's kind of one reason why I do produce prep when I buy produce. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot sauce already on here. This is Frank's. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. This is Frank's. I like Frank's. And then I'm gonna add my cheddar cheese. Okay. Grab my tongs. I'm gonna put the top on there. Just sort of smash it down, let it heat through. And get it, oh goodness, that smells so good. Just give it a minute, and using this wide spatula, I will flip it over. Get the other side toasty and melted. This is so easy, you guys. It's the easiest quick little recipe, and it's so good. I'm not joking. I mean, you can serve it with a salad on the side, whatever you like to have. You can have your celery, blue cheese dressing, your ranch dressing on the side. It is so good. Look at this. One of my favorites. I'm going to flip it over one more time just to make sure everything inside is ooey gooey, melted, heated up, cooked. Okay. It's just a nice little snacky snack when, you know, it's like you need something quick, you're starving, you know, whatever. You got people over, even if you're doing like a charcuterie board, if you could just like, you know, add this to it hot on a separate board with your ranch dip on the side, you've got yourself another hour until the main meal is ready. This is good. This is really good. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna put it over here to rest on this resting board. Before I cut it up, I'm going to add a little bit more of olive oil. I'll throw down a couple of these little street size flour tortillas, and they do get crispy, and there's just something about the crispiness on the outside, and then you've got, you know, the creaminess of the cheese and the spice and the chicken inside. It's pretty satisfying. It really is. So we're getting a little bubble up on these flour tortillas. I'm just going to kind of poke them out. Oh, these are so good. Easy peasy. What I did, I used a lot of the Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce. I probably used half a jar to marinate the chicken in. Maybe you didn't, you know, maybe I didn't need to use that much, but it's kind of hard for me to adjust to cooking for one person. And I don't like old condiments sitting around in the fridge anyway. And if you know what they do, Sweet Baby Ray's is one of my favorites, jarred marinades, and they do have a, oh, what do they call it? It's a milder buffalo wing sauce. It's called creamy buffalo wing sauce. So if you have children or people who are not into the heat and spice as much, Sweet Baby Ray's creamy buffalo wing sauce is a good alternative to use. So I'm just gonna, ooh, look how that pretty? Oh my God, it's crispy and pretty. Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay. And my heat is on medium high. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead while the other sides are browning, I'm gonna fill this up. Because I don't want them to get too crispy and brown. So here we go. We've got the rest of our shredded chicken that has been grilled up. It's marinated, grilled. Fill it up. You can use whatever kind of dipping sauce, whatever you want on here. I'm gonna add some franks, and then I'm gonna add some green onions, which I love. God, that's so good. Here we go. And then I'm gonna add gorgonzola. I mean, it calls for blue cheese, the recipe does, but this is what I could find at the grocery store. You never know what you can find at the grocery store these days. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of this cheddar cheese that I have left over. And I'm gonna top it off. Go ahead and top it off with this hot side of this quesadilla. Let this sit there for just a couple minutes. This is the fast part of the cooking process. You really kind of have to babysit it. Just watch it and I'm gonna give it a little smash down so all the goodies don't fall out. I'm gonna flip it over here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna flip it. Give it a couple more minutes on the other side to heat up. Again, right now it's medium high. And these are so good. You know, I'll probably still cut these into quarters, depending on how much they crumble up, maybe only halves. Serve it with my ranch. That's cold out of the refrigerator. You just can't beat this. Oh my God, a late night. I'm telling you, if you've been out and about and it's late night and you're hungry and there's no pizza delivery, this is amazing. And you can have everything ready right in your refrigerator. It's so good. So good. No. My camera, this is my cell phone. That's what's in the pan. That's what's on the board. Cooling off. You guys, tastes so good. All right. You know what? The cheese looks ooey gooey. I'm gonna take it off, turn the heat off, and all right, that's that. I would let this sit for 5 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes. Just let it cool off, let it rest, then cut it up however you like to cut it. Like I said, these I'll probably only cut into halves and pull out my ranch from the refrigerator that I made and dip it in there, and it's like heaven. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining me, you guys, and I hope you try this recipe. Please subscribe and like. I will put the recipe in the description box, just so y'all know what I'm talking about. This is something that I do. Today I did it just for one person, but you can certainly make it for a crowd depending on, you know, the ingredients you throw in there. It's fine. It's super easy. And we'll see you next time.